Nityanande Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14. We are hearing the prayers by Lord Brahma to Krishna after Lord Krishna removed the Yoga Maya. Then now Brahma is offering beautiful prayers to Krishna. Ya Shritim Bhaktimuddhasya Te Vibho
श्रेयार्सुतिं भक्तिमुदस्य ते विभो
Vishyanti Ye Kevalabodhalabhaye
क्लिश्यन्ति केवल्यबोधलभ्यते
Tesham Asau Kleshala Eva Shishyate
तेषाम् असौ क्लेशल एव शिष्यते
Nanyat Yathastu Latushavaghatinam.
नान्याद्यथा स्थूलतुष अवघातिनाम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result. As a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain, one who simply speculates cannot achieve self-realization. His only gain is trouble. So in the earlier verse also, Lord Brahma was saying about the, that speculation is not going to give us anything. By speculation, we cannot understand the Supreme Lord properly. Right? He was saying, this is going
Yeah,
to go.
speculation cannot give us Krishna. Man karma, we have to from the man, body and mind. With body, words and mind, we have to.
Yeah, that's right. By speculation, we don't understand, but those who are hearing from the pure devotees, those who are dedicating their body, words, and mind for the service of Krishna, only they can conquer Krishna. And Krishna also gets conquered by his words, body, and mind. How? How does Krishna get conquered by his words, body, and mind?
So the Krishna gets conquered by them from the words, body, and mind means that he always stays with them. And when they are speaking, like his body is always there with them, and then he feels very happy when they are hearing. Like as the devotee, when we serve Krishna by the body, and then we are with him, and then when we speak about him, we feel happy, and by the mind, we always keep on thinking about him. And for the devotee, for the Krishna, he's always uh, helping. He's always present with the in a body. He's always present there with the devotee.
Yeah.
Right. And then and by the I think by the mind and the words also they had said that how Krishna is there.
Krishna is always glorifying his devotees.
Yes, Krishna is always glorifying.
And he's always thinking about
Thinking
his
about his
devotees.
devotee. Yeah, so there's a reciprocation.
That's right. Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Krishna is also reciprocating, and now going further into that thought. Now, Lord Brahma, first he was saying that speculation is not going to get us anywhere, cannot understand, cannot conquer Krishna. Only by hearing from pure devotees can conquer Krishna. Now, Lord Brahma is saying more. He's saying directly engage in devotional service for self realization. No other path is gonna give self-realization. And speculation is like beating an empty husk of wheat. उसमें से गेहूं ऑलरेडी निकल चुका है, वो छिलका है खाली अभी, तो
Hmm.
क्या निकलेगा उसमें से? खाली
So, Shilpa
खाली
ji,
फालतू
just
में मेहनत जाएगी. हाँ.
so just the so like how he's saying कि ज्ञान मार्ग. So that means that only just by uh, merry bookish knowledge से कुछ नहीं होगा. तुमको मतलब वो करना पड़ेगा, right?
Not hearing from the devotees. क्या है?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Not hearing about Krishna from the
Hmm.
devotees.
समझ गई कि मतलब खुद अपने आप ही कुछ बना लेना दिमाग में
हाँ,
कि मतलब
हाँ,
आपको ज्ञान नहीं है, आपको पता नहीं, लेकिन आप सोच रहे हो कि मैं ये करूंगा तो मैं कृष्णा को कर सकता हूँ, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, बट मे बी वो आपका खुद का बनाया हुआ है बिकॉज यू हैवंट हैड इंस्ट्रक्शंस फ्रॉम द प्योर डिवोटी. इज इट लाइक दैट, राइट? है ना?
हाँ. तो पता नहीं है कि भगवान कौन है,
हाँ.
और फिर भगवान के बारे में भी नहीं सुनना है, पर कुछ
हम्म,
कुछ भी.
हम्म, या.
है. Loving service to the Supreme Person is the natural and eternal function of every living entity. If a person renounces his own constitutional function and instead laboriously seeks so-called enlightenment through impersonal, speculative knowledge, his result is simply the trouble and bother that come from following an artificial process. A fool may beat an empty husk, not knowing that the grain has already been removed. Similarly, foolish is the person who throws his mind again and again into the pursuit of knowledge without surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is the very substance and goal of knowledge, just as a grain is the substance and goal of the entire agricultural effort. Right? तो खेती बाड़ी करते हैं क्योंकि उसका वो फल चाहिए ना,
हम्म.
ग्रेन, अन्न. तो पर कोई है कि वो खाली knowledge, also he may study Vedas also, huh? Vedic knowledge we maybe they have a lot, but not wanting to accept there is God. A God is a person. So Vedic knowledge, or indeed material science without the personality of Godhead, is exactly like an empty and useless husk of wheat. One may argue that by practicing yoga or cultivating impersonal knowledge, one can acquire prestige, wealth, mystic powers, or even impersonal liberation. But these so-called gains are actually useless because they do not situate the living being in his constitutional position of loving service to the Supreme Lord. तो योग मार्ग, ज्ञान मार्ग से one can get famous and can get many followers.
हम्म.
One can get a lot of wealth, also mystic powers,
हम्म.
and also reach the Brahman. पर भक्ति नहीं मिलेगी. और that bhakti is the eternal possession of the soul. तो इसीलिए उसे useless किया गया है. So therefore, such results being superfluous to the living being's essential nature are impermanent. As stated in the Nishma Puran, Patreshu Pushpeshu Phaleshu Toyeshva Akrita Labhayeshu Vadeva Satsu Bhaktyasu Labhaya Purushe Purane Muktaye Kim Artham Kriyate Prayatanaha. Since the primeval personality of Godhead is easily attained by offering him such things as leaves, flowers, fruits, and flower, which are all found without difficulty, why does one need to endeavor for liberation separately? तो तो नरसिम्हा पुराण कह रहे हैं नरसिम्हा पुराण कह रहे हैं कि पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम, वाटर, लीफ, फ्रूट, फ्लावर, ये अर्पण करने से we can easily be with God. God is easily attained. हम भगवान को पा सकते हैं और ये सब चीजें तो आसानी से मिल जाती है। तो फिर वो मुश्किल का रास्ता क्यों लेना है? सेपरेटली लिबरेशन तक क्यों जाना है? ब्रह्मन ब्रह्म ज्योति तक क्यों जाना है? It's not easy also, you know. It's very difficult, the path of impersonal liberation. Although the process of devotional service to Lord Krishna is very simple, it is extremely difficult for stubborn conditioned souls to completely humble themselves before the Supreme Personality of Godhead and absorb themselves 24 hours a day in His loving service. तो प्रभुपाद एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं कि हाँ, भक्ति is very simple. The process is simple, but it's not easy. That's why many people don't do it. Why? Because we have to accept that there is someone greater than us, that God is greater than me. Completely humble ourselves. So 24 hours a day, the devotee is 24 hours a day engaged in serving Krishna. The mood of loving service is anathema, to be belligerent, conditioned souls determined to defy God and enjoy. The mood of loving service is anathema to belligerent, conditioned souls. And इसका क्या है मीनिंग? नेहा, इसका मीनिंग क्या है हिंदी
इसका
में?
मैं बताती हूँ। द मूड ऑफ, राइट। इसमें ये
हम्म
कहना चाह रहे हैं, ओके, मैं ये एक सिर्फ इतना सा पढ़ देती हूँ। यद्यपि भगवान श्री कृष्ण की भक्तिमय सेवा की विधि अत्यंत सरल है, किंतु उद्दंड बद्धी जीवों को पूर्ण पुरुषोत्तम भगवान के समक्ष पूर्णतया विनीत बनने और 24 घंटे उनकी सेवा में लगे रहने से अत्यधिक कठिनाई होती है। ऐसे पदभ्रष्ट जीव जो ईश्वर की अवज्ञा करके भोग करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए भक्ति भाव अभिशाप है।
हम्म So
अभिशाप होगा। इज इट?
uh, yeah, that someone vehemently dislike, you really don't know, you know. So really dislike, it feels like a curse.
अभिशाप,
Mood of,
कर्स, यस।
yeah. So bhakti is seeming like a curse to the rebellious souls who want to not accept there is God and enjoy separate from God.
सो
So
फॉर
although
देम,
bhakti is simple, hmm, so
तो
although bhakti is simple, but for person who is adamant to say God does not exist and I want to enjoy without God, for them bhakti is like a curse, very difficult.
ओके।
Hmm. Like very, very. So when such stubborn conditioned souls attempt to bypass surrendering to God through proud attempts at philosophical speculation, austerity and yoga, they are turned back to the material platform by the powerful laws of God and violently merged into the heaving ocean of insignificance called the material world. तो फिर जब ऐसे ऐसे जीव जिन्हें कृष्णा surrender नहीं किया है, don't want to accept that there is God, some God is greater than me. I'm going to find out who's God by myself. I'm going to see maybe I'm God. That's what happens. Then continuing birth and death. Cannot come out of this cycle of birth and death, continuing to remain there. See, bypass surrendering to God. Someone may say, why I have to accept what God is saying? I will find out by myself. I will do what I have to do. Well, then, that is continuing in birth and death. So, Lord Brahma is saying, engage in bhakti, devotional service. That's the only way for self realization, easy way. All other way is going to keep you in the material world. Is that okay?
Yes, makes sense.
Ureha bhuman bahavopi yoginas
पुरेह भूमन् बहवोऽपि योगिनस्
Ad arpiteha nijakarma labdhaya
त्वदर्पिते एह निजकर्म लब्धया
vibhudya bhaktyeva kathopanitaya
विबोध्य भक्त्येव कथोपनीयतया
prapederencho chutate gatim param.
प्रपेदिरेञ्चो उच्यते गतिं पराम्.
Almighty Lord, in the past, many yogis in the world achieved the platform of devotional service by offering all their endeavors unto you and faithfully carrying out their prescribed duties. Through such devotional service, perfected by the processes of hearing and chanting about you, they came to understand you, O infallible one, and could easily surrender to you and achieve your supreme abode. So, Lord Brahma is saying that there were yogis before who came to bhakti by offering everything to you. Whatever they're doing for you. They're staying in their position, whatever duty they had, they were doing it as an offering to you. And then they also were hearing and chanting. And this way they could understand you and they could surrender to you and go back home, back to Godhead. So doing everything, offering all the endeavors unto you. So offering everything to Krishna, faithfully doing all their duties for the pleasure of Krishna, hearing and chanting about Krishna, understanding Krishna. They surrendered to Krishna and then they went back home. Tatha Vibhuman Mahima Agunasyate
तथापि भूमन् महिमा अनुगण्यस्ते
Vibodhum Arhanti Amalantaratmabe
विबुधम् अर्हन्ति अमल अन्त आत्मभिः
Avikriyat Swanubhavad Arupato
अविक्रियात् स्व अनुभवात् अरूपतः
Hi Ananya Bodhyat Mataya Nachanyatha.
हि अनन्यबोध्यान् आत्मतया न च अन्यथा.
Non-devotees, however, cannot realize you in your full personal feature. Nevertheless, it may be possible for them to realize your expansion as the impersonal supreme by cultivating direct perception of the self within the heart. But they can do this only by purifying their mind and senses of all conceptions of material distinctions and all attachment to material sense objects. Only in this way will your impersonal feature manifest itself to them. It is difficult for conditioned souls to understand all the transcendental features of the Supreme Lord, as confirmed in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaneti Shabdayate. The transcendental existence of God is understood progressively as the impersonal effulgence, the localized supersoul in one's heart, and finally the Supreme Personality of Godhead existing in his eternal abode. So Bhagavatam is explaining to us, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 11, that God is realized. One may not have complete realization of God. It happens in stages. First, one may understand God as light, as the Brahman, as the Brahma Jyoti, understanding, okay, the Brahman is God. Then, as one further continues in spiritual practices, then one can understand, God is Paramatma in everyone's heart, your heart, my heart. And then, finally, one may understand, oh, God is Bhagwan, He's a Supreme Person. I have a loving relationship with Him. So, in stages, progressive understanding of God. पहले अंडरस्टैंडिंग है ओ भगवान ब्रह्मन है ब्रह्म ज्योति है और निराकार है फिर उससे हायर अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो परमात्मा है सबके हृदय में है अंतर्यामी है और फिर ओ भगवान है उनका एक बहुत सुंदर रूप है सच्चिदानंद उनका रूप है और वो अपने गोलोक धाम में निवास करते हैं Lord Krishna's transcendental existence is beyond the qualities of material nature. Thus here the Lord is referred to as agunasya, without material qualities. So the modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, they don't bind Krishna. Krishna's activities are not affected by these modes. In fact, Krishna controls these modes. He's the owner of these modes. He's a controller. Okay. Even by practicing yoga or engaging in advanced philosophical speculation, one will find it very difficult to understand clearly the transcendental existence beyond the modes of material nature. So, if one may be doing a lot of meditation, yoga practices, or one may be going towards the path of knowledge, advanced philosophical speculation, still one will be not easily able to understand the spiritual platform. One will not be able to understand the spiritual life, the position of the spiritual soul, the spirit soul, the spiritual planets, as these processes are virtually useless for understanding the Lord's own unlimited transcendental qualities, which are far beyond the impersonal conception of spiritual existence. So, by the process of yoga, of Gyan, one can only understand Brahman's qualities, Nirakar, formless. You know how many qualities does Brahman have? So, but they're not able to understand God's qualities, Krishna's qualities, which are unlimited qualities. Only by the mercy of the pure devotees of the Lord, or by associating with the Lord Himself, can one begin the process of realizing the personal feature of God, a process that culminates in pure Krishna consciousness, the final and supreme perfection of knowledge. So, by association with a devotee, by mercy of a devotee, or sometimes by Krishna Himself, associating with Krishna Himself. So, only by this way can one begin to understand God as He is. Of course, we cannot understand God completely, but to whatever degree He reveals Himself to us, that God is a person, supreme person. And then gradually, one will come to become purely Krishna conscious. And that is the perfection of knowledge, to become Krishna conscious. So Lord Brahma has been saying very directly that it's only by engaging in devotional service that one can understand Krishna, and by speculation and by yoga, one will still continue to remain in the material world. Mm.
So, like, he's emphasizing on bhakti again and again from the first part, also, right?
Yeah,
Like, then he's also telling the different ways of bhakti, like how he said that how they do.
yeah, he said those who are engaged in their duties, prescribed duties,
Hmm.
and by their endeavors, they are pleasing you. Because क्या है, people may do, हाँ मुझे अपना duty करनी है. But who are we doing the duty for? We need to do it to please Krishna. That somehow I'm in this position, let me do this for the service of Krishna. Then in this way, one comes to then hearing and chanting about Krishna. And then one can understand about Krishna's abode, about Krishna's personal form, get attached to Krishna. So
Hmm.
hearing and chanting, that's why Lord Chaitanya said that you stay wherever you are. You don't need to change your position. You just start chanting. So hearing and chanting. One may say, "Oh, I cannot do hearing chanting now. I must change my position.
Hmm.
Must do this, do that." No, just wherever you are, just begin hearing and chanting. That's what Lord Brahma is also saying. Lord Chaitanya is saying that.
Hmm.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
Anyone, any more statements? Comment?
Hmm. Clear.
Clear? Yeah. Thank you all for listening and enjoying Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.